Hey yo, what's up? Welcome to Vixen After Dark. Thank you so much for staying tuned in, tapped in, and turned on. Today we are going to talk about Venus in Gemini. I know everyone's been wondering and, feeling a certain way. So I was like, let me drop a video on that. So what I'm going to talk about today is, of course, Venus in Gemini house is going to affect your relationships, your communication in relationships, your finances. Also, and I'm going to talk about if your Venus is in Gemini as well, just a tidbit for you guys, because I get that question a lot. And then also how this pertains to your rising sign. So grab some coffee or tea. Let's go ahead and get started. So Venus actually started in, I think, April 11th, and it's going to go all the way until May 7th, guys. Okay, so it's almost ending, but I'm trying to put it out there for you just so that you're aware. Where is it going to shift? Hold on, let me see where Venus will shift into. We still got a good 3 weeks, so not bad. Ooh, and then it's gonna move into Cancer. I'll have a video on that one. So we all know Venus doesn't just represent love and beauty and our values. It also represents, money as well. So that's why I'm pulling in the financial portion. I do have my notes here. That way they're all organized. And also everything is going to be time stamped, you guys. That way you can skip through whatever you don't want to hear, okay? So we also know that Gemini is more of communication. So that's why I'm bringing up how your communication style in your relationships is playing out right now, okay? And also intellect and how you adapt to things and things of that nature. And how you can be pretty much versatile because, Gemini, two people. So if you smash those together, it's definitely going to influence, how we relate individualistically to the things that we're tapping into as far as our money and as far as our relationships, situationships, business partnerships, and love relationships specifically, okay? So are going to be some general themes that we should be, you've probably already seen or you're going through right now, or they're going to be coming up in relation to your relationships, okay? Right now is the time where a lot of us are just genuinely wanting to be in circles and forums or in rooms or in places with people that have some intellectual stimulation going on. It's like you're going to be wanting to talking to people that have a little bit of substance, a little bit of seasoning, that can teach you some things right now, and they're putting love into it. And it's like they have this sort of passion. And you want to be all ears for that right now. So that's pretty much the energy as far as, your relationships. You may seek other people that are super witty and also intelligent and able to engage in those stimulating conversations as well. So you want to talk about stars, moons, and quasars? Well, here you go. So if you have any Venus sign in an air sign like Aquarius or Libra or Gemini, and remember what I say about Venus, right? As far as love, let me add in this side note here. If you're looking for love, you want to know the planet ruler, okay, of that house 7. So, for example, my house of 7 is Cancer. So what rules Cancer is the moon. So I need to be looking for people that are emotional, that have emotional intelligence, right? And that also are open to being empathetic and, just very grounded with that energy, more of a loving, caring, charismatic kind of an energy. Someone that can break all my walls down and make me feel comfortable to be vulnerable with them. Loyal, all of those things, the characteristics of the moon carries. Not an actual Cancer, but it can be. But I'm just saying you want to look for the characteristics of that planet. That's how you find love. So once you find that person, let's say, aka I'm dating someone and I find all these qualities within them, and boom, that's when you want to work on busting out and opening up Pandora's box as far as if you have Venus in that particular sign. So that's how finding, whether it's a business partnership, a love, a best friend, whatever it is for you, that's how you should move and navigate with those energies, okay? So don't bust out looking for, let's say, because my Venus is in Aquarius, right? So I knew if you go back to all of your relationships, what stimulated me was someone that had an air energy, right? Venus in Aquarius. So I was looking for people that were intellectually stimulating, right? They had all the bells and whistles as far as that. So they got my mind wet, which got the panties wet. So then boom, I engage in the relationship, and guess what's missing? The emotional factor. They have no emotions. Like, I couldn't get vulnerable. You know, I was too emotional, or, you know what I'm saying? You start to hear those things because that part was missing. So that was the backwards way of doing it. And then that's why I ended up being broken relationships and things of that nature. So prime example, right? So I just want to add that tidbit in there. So a lot of us are going to be very drawn to people that are more adaptable right now at this time with Venus and Gemini. People that, like I said, very intellectual, very open-minded. It's like you don't want to talk to someone where it's a dead end, okay? It's like you want to, you know, engage in conversations. Like if you can talk to somebody and just keep talking and it's a conversation, you guys can both converse with one another and you're listening to the other person actively speak, and you're actively listening and able to add substance to the equation to that. That's what's going to be the winning factor here, okay? It's like you want people that can keep up with your mental and you can keep up with theirs. So that's where we're comfortable most in. So who are you engaging with right now? Who are you talking to right now? I'm pretty sure you're only wanting to zero in on those types of people where you can actively just really, I would say, be yourself, you know, where you can be yourself to the fullest if that's someone that is you. Now, on the flip side of that, you know, there's always I don't want to say it's negative, but there's always the other coin to that, right? So you could have been a person that's an introvert, and all of a sudden now you want to start throwing up everything you've always wanted to say to somebody, or everything you always wanted to talk about. So be careful, because sometimes that can kind of set you up later on, especially when the Venus goes into Cancer. It can kind of set you up with certain situations that you really didn't want to bring about. So it's kind of like opening up a can of worms, I would say. So, and then with that Gemini energy, if you weren't certain you should have said that, that's where the Gemini energy comes in, as far as you're going to be a little bit finicky and kind of restless, okay, with, damn, should I have said that? Ooh, I wonder what they think. You're going to be like wondering what their response is, how they're feeling. You know, was I too harsh, or was I too open? Or you're going to start questioning yourself if you really weren't sure of something that you're saying. So if you're not sure what you should be talking about right now, just kind of take a minute, you know, to see if it's really something at this time that needs to be said, or if it can wait for another opportunity or another window, another door to open for that conversation to be had, right? But I feel like there's lots of desire for change in connections with people. It's like we really want to write this book and connect with people that are our soul fam and our soul group. I know I'm feeling it, like, so I really want to have people that get me. So I'm pretty sure you're feeling the same thing right now, where it's like you just really want to engage with people that love you, that actually genuinely give a fuck about you, that care about what you're doing, that support your endeavors, and that are just transparent as well, okay? So as far as the communication sector, as what I was kind of talking about, communication is definitely going to be key when Venus is in Gemini. So if you've been in a connection where you guys really didn't talk about, you know, things that need to be said, you kind of just swept them under the rug, this is now your opportunity to let it out, honey. Just say what's on your mind. Like, I feel like some people have drinking the truth serum. They have nothing to hide, and so they're just pretty much saying what's on their mind, which is a good thing, I feel like. But then remember, like I said, just be aware you're not setting yourself up in situations that's going to become a negative square when you create your magic square, okay? So Geminis definitely love open and honest communication. So that's the road that we're on. That's pretty much what Venus is doing right now. So hopefully you can be around those people that will be honest and open with you and have that communication style. And that's where you'll feel a little bit more comfortable, and it's more engaging that way. It's like, okay, you shared this, okay, I'm gonna share that. Like, especially if you're getting to know people at work, or doing business with them, or you're just getting to know like just regular people, because you like something that they did that sparked your interest, and now you want to get to know them, however that plays out for you. So lots of verbal expression of affection. There's going to be some playful banter. Gemini likes to play a little bit, have a little bit of fun, so don't get too serious, right? Jax, I'm upstairs. Jax wants to be vocal too with Venus and Gemini. So lots of intellectual conversations to have with your partners and other people that are around you. It's going to be like it's really going to be it's a hit or miss, in a sense to where you don't want to just be a person that claims you know everything as well, because then, like I said, you're going to create something later on. You're like, dang, I shouldn't have said that to that person. I don't think they can handle it. Like, I don't think they were ready for that. So just be aware, whether this is just regular information about what's going on in the world, make sure you do your research first and you believe it, like you feel it's fact, and then like kind of spread the news, especially if you guys are on platforms like me, spreading information out there as master teachers, okay? So let's tap into the finances. Okay, let's tap into the finances. So as far as finances goes with Venus and Gemini, so this is definitely going to influence the way that you approach your money. What is your relationship with money and how you manage it, right? So you might be, especially with what's going on, okay, so you might be tapping into other avenues as far as, okay, let me go buy some gold and silver, let me set myself up kind of nice, oh, let me tap into real estate right now, let's see if I can get a group of people together and we can kind of put in on some land, Some of you guys might be just tapping into different ways of investing your money right now at this time, which is very prominent because if you watch my Pluto and Aquarius and Uranus and Taurus video, you'll get a little bit more in depth on that side of the money stream. So you're welcoming in multiple streams of income right now. Let's say you have a job, you want to start a business, or you want to start selling products online, or courses, or guidance sessions, or you want to, everything you do now, you kind of want to see, where that falls into the category, like, well, I already do this, so why not monetize it? You might be looking at things like that to add on another stream. So a lot of people are going to enjoy learning about how to stay on the up and up, as far as what financial trends are going on, what opportunities are going on right now as well, okay? Let's see, what else here? So there's also a tendency to be a little bit, so remember, there's a good and a bad side to everything, right? So with Gemini energy, Geminis can kind of be a little bit impulsive in a sense. So don't just jump on the first thing that you see. Don't just jump on the first opportunity. Like I said, do your due diligence, do your research before you sign any sigils and create any new, before you sign any contracts and create any new sigils in your life. So you might be, because that can also too, some of you guys might be a little bit feeling like if you're inconsistent as far as your financial endeavors, like, are you making sure you paid everything before you go buy, the desires and the wants, right? And the needs, and the wants. Make sure you put that in a back seat before you go ahead and, because we can really get lost in the sauce. So I would say hold on to your money, especially when Mercury's about to go into retrograde. You want to really hold on to that, okay? Mercury goes retrograde on the 21st, and then we have a solar eclipse the day before. Anyways, so don't be inconsistent about your financial decisions here. Know where everything's at. Know what you want. Know how you want to play out. Know where you want certain monies deposited and all of that. Like, I would say have a sheet so you know what to expect in each account, because I know I got multiple accounts, so I only have certain things set up certain ways. So make sure you guys look out for that, okay? All right, let's see here. So now let's go ahead and tap into, let's move along here. Let's go into some guidance for right now. I feel like a lot of us are looking for a little bit of variety, okay? We definitely, as far as our love life, like right now, if you're single like I am, you might want to kind of get your feet wet a little bit. You might want to see, Where do you want to write your next chapter, and where do you want to turn the page at? You know, if you've been talking to someone but they're not intellectually stimulating, or you feel like you can't learn from them and they can't learn from you, it's no like reciprocity there. You may move on to somebody else, you know, and see if they can stimulate your mind, right? Because we want to get this going. We don't want to have anybody think for us. We don't want to take in on any advice, especially if someone's not living that out and playing that out. Ooh, cat here. So manifest relationships as far as, you know, what is your preference? But I feel like depending on whatever your sign is at right now, your rising sign, which I'm going to talk about later, some of you guys might find love like with someone that's completely opposite of you, okay? But overall, it's all about who's interesting, who is intellectually stimulating, and who's keeping things fresh and exciting, okay? And same things for your financial matters and your new opportunities as well, okay? So I feel like also too with guidance, it's like you want to be adaptable within this energy, okay? I know for me, I'm like, okay, it's time to kind of like get out there, you know, I'm feeling that energy. Like I want to engage with other people, do thought-provoking things, like ask interesting questions amongst other people just to see where they're at. Some people call it tests. Some people may want to test other people at this time as well to see where they're at, to see if they're on the same page with certain things in life, because a lot of people don't want to waste their time, right? Your time and your energy is a currency, so you may not want to waste your time on other people that are kind of in another playing field than you. You know what I'm saying? So I feel here it's just really good to also put yourself in their shoes to gain new perspectives on things as well, because with Gemini energy, it's all about change and accepting change, right? So when you approach relationships, you want to see maybe there's something that somebody knows and you were so against it your whole life, and then when they bring it up and saying how well something is working out for them, you might want to try it out, test it out, and see if it works for you. So that's where you have to be open-minded, right? And if you are looking for change in your life right now in certain aspects, especially your love relationships and your finances, you may want to keep an open ear out to see what else somebody is tapped into right now, okay? So being flexible, being adaptable is really key right now. If you're willing to change and evolve and grow at this time, I think that'd be some really good sound advice. That way you can kind of switch around the dynamics of what's going on in your life right now at this time. Especially if you're in a relationship. How can you guys work together as far as gaining stability and building a foundation and working together instead of against one another? It's really good, especially if you're in some type of partnership, and even if you're in a business partnership as well. Just kind of being open to that. I'm not saying tell everybody how much money you make, you know, you don't have to get that too much in that detail, but you know, tap out or let people know some new ideas or new approaches, you know what I'm saying, that you are trying out or tapping into, okay? All right, and make sure you go with the market trends, because all of us want to change our circumstances. So a little special tidbit, I'm going to talk about if your Venus is already in Gemini, since I've been getting that requested a lot. So it's just definitely whenever you have a placement that's carrying out in the Astros, and you have that exact placement, you may have a different degree. That's also a whole thing. I'm gonna do a video on degrees as well, but just know that when it's at 0 to like 10 degrees, it's still cusping with another sign. You wanna look for where it's strongest is like 20, well, I would say in the middle. More in the middle is where it's pretty good. I would say about 20 degrees, 20 to 30 degrees is where it's like full throttle. So yeah, that'll kind of give you a gauge. So right now, if you have your Venus in Gemini, so it's going to amplify you wanting to socialize with other people, wanting to converse with other people. Like I said, you may be doing like a pump and dump. You might come across someone and say, oh my God, you're really beautiful today. Or you know what, you're getting on my nerves. Like you're just going to be so open more than ever. Because Gemini's known for being social and communicating with others and wanting to converse and have a little bit of fun. You might even talk about some shit from years ago and admit to somebody. I literally just watched this play out yesterday on a TikTok live. I was like, oh my God, this guy is just, he's going in and being honest with this girl on a live video in public with other people. So it's happening, people. It's happening. He just took out and opened up a whole can of worms, and then everybody else wanted to add it to the party. So like I said, don't create, like, stay in your own magic square right now. Be careful, of the information that you're sharing at this time, because later on you could be opening up some things that you don't want to open up to. So anyways, if your natal chart says Venus and Gemini, you're going to find yourself, like I said, it's going to be a little bit easier for you to connect with other people and engage in meaningful conversations. Hold on. So this is definitely a time where, you guys may feel more open to meet new people, to kind of see what people are about. You're going to be a social butterfly. You're going to be open to expressing ideas, exchanging your own ideas. Like, hey, I got this at this store. Screenshot it and send a picture, just really expressing yourself and having that wit still, because it's Gemini energy, but it's going to be turned up a couple of notches and being even more charming than ever. So you may look like or come across as a person as a gift of gab, and they're just going to be like, I love you. Oh my God, I love your energy. I love it. You're so real. You're so on. You know what I mean? Like, people are going to be drawn to you as well if you're in that intellectual stimulation kind of vibe, okay? So you're also going to be sharing information that you're going to have that approach to things. Like, you're not going to act as if you know it all. You're just going to be like, you know what? Well, I found out that X, Y, and Z, or this is what I know, what do you think of that? Or you might not even ask what they think, because if it's something that you already believe and you add it into your morals, values, and beliefs, then you're just gonna really try and see if that flows in with the conversation and change their perspective. So you may become more of a teacher aspect in a sense, but you don't mean to. You're just trying to seek that mental stimulation back. You're like, okay, whatever I'm throwing out, I'm coming back. You want that boomerang effect right now. So you're definitely going to appreciate the beauty of the various ways that you're going to be receiving information from other people, even from what you read, videos, books, movies, whatever medium that you're utilizing, okay? Even art, literature, all that stuff, okay? Now, it's also good for you. It's going to be heightened. You're going to be very versatile and adaptable as well. So during this time, you're going to find yourself to shifting. So a lot of Venus and Geminis right now are going through a massive change with how they converse with other people, the things that they say, the things that they're going to hold on to, opening up. So if you're a person that really doesn't open up, you're not too vulnerable with just anybody, of course you're going to make sure and you utilize your discernment to make sure it's a safe space, but you're going to really be you're going to unlock magic, because this is going to actually help you catapult to the next phase in your life right now, okay? So you're going to be willing to try new things. You're going to embrace it. This is like you look a little bit more flexible. You're going to be maybe initiating conversations, initiating that text or that phone call or that email, initiating a lot of things here, especially when it comes to relationships and financial endeavors. Okay, so this is a period where you're just going to explore different options. You're going to be open to new ideas and new experiences. It's going to be very beautiful for you, because you're also going to have that Gemini energy where you're going to be extra playful. You're going to be so lighthearted. It's just going to feel very smooth and airy. It's just going to be very smooth like butter, baby. I don't know. I just feel like if you have a Venus and Gemini, you guys are just, I just got goosebumps. It's just a good vibe. It's a good feeling. Especially if you're more playful. You can still talk about something serious, but then you can still be fun and throw in that spontaneity too within a conversation and talk about a variety of different things, and still have that playful banter and be very funny and humorous at the same token. That way it's kind of like allowing other people to have the open floor as well. Also, you guys it's going to be amplified for you to be very curious and also increase your learning right now. So as a Gemini, Venus and Gemini, you're going to be, you're possibly teaching yourself a little bit more information. The clouds look crazy right now. You're going to be learning a lot more. So what does this look like? Tapping into classes. You might be, like I said, adding on more books to your collection. You might be just on, you know, if you're scrolling through social media, you're going to be looking for more informative videos or informative posts on all different aspects of life. You're going to be wanting to be very inquisitive and tap into people's mental as well. People that you already know and that you've never asked them certain things, you're going to come to them asking certain things as well. So I feel like during this time, you're going to just really find yourself to acquiring lots of information. Now, when you acquire all this knowledge, do something with it so that you can turn it into wisdom. Okay, so take action on that. Hey, Jax! I'm sorry, my cats are going crazy. So this is where you're going to find yourself, all in all, if you have Venus in Gemini, you're going to find yourself gaining new information about your partnerships. Yeah, you were being bad. Go outside, sit in the corner. That was mean what you did to Pepper, I heard you. Sorry guys, kids. You're gonna be gaining new perspectives on the people that's around you, gathering information, and you're also going to be, Jax. You're going to be engaging in, you know, just different pursuits with other people related to your love, relationships, and finance, okay? Now, guys, what everyone's been waiting for, we're going to tap into rising signs. Oh, Lord Jesus. Jackson's going crazy. He got a little bit of nookie. He's going crazy. Aries Rising. Aries Rising. So with Venus and Gemini, you guys are going to be a little bit more inclined to communicate and socialize in your relationships. So what does this look like? You guys are definitely going to be loving the light-hearted type of education. The light-heartedness of other people. Like you love the banter, like somebody just being very witty, snarky, like, you know, this looks like, you know, lots of flirting kind of an energy. That's what you're going to play towards. That's what you're going to want to tap into. But also, too, you're going to want to have some intellectual conversations where you can learn a little bit because Venus is in Gemini right now. So you want to talk with people that have substance. You don't want to just, like, you know, love them for their looks and what they got going on. You want to also know to see if there's something up there. So, and also, too, you know, as far as your love life, especially if you're singles out there. But also, too, you want to tap into new ways of making money, but you want them to make sense to your lifestyle right now. That's on 111, okay? Taurus Rising. So with Venus and Gemini, this is going to bring a more communicative and adaptable approach to your relationships and financial matters. So you're going to be willing to change a lot. Okay, Taurus, and you know, we all know Taurus don't like to budge, but you're going to be open to it. This is going to allow you to gain some new insight, learn some new things from people, tap into new financial opportunities, have people, you know, go to presentations and study, you know, about, oh, should I really invest in this? Should I invest in that? Should I tap into this to make a little bit more money? So you're going to be more on the side of like willing to try and change into something because you know the world is changing. So now you feel like you have to kind of catch up right now in a sense and try new things. Now also too, as far as your love life goes, it's just going to be you're going to find some form of stimulation. Like normally it's physical stimulation for you that does it, but also too, now you're going to add on the other factor. It's actually going to matter. If you can learn from someone and if someone has something grand to offer you, especially a good conversation, to make you stay in that grounded energy, but also change your perception enough to where you may want to change for yourself and maybe for them. All right. Now, next we have Gemini Rising. So Gemini Rising, this is in your own sign. So it's definitely just gonna highlight the themes, okay, for you even more strongly than ever. So you're gonna feel heightened need for socializing, communication, and intellectual conversation as well. So you're gonna have a very strong desire to seek on, you know, different visions, but I feel like you're gonna be more in a playful energy as well. And see who can play off of your own energy. It's just going to be highlighted, especially in your love life and your finances. You're just going to be seeing, you know, who can keep up with me? Like who wants, you know, who can keep up knowing when I'm serious side, when I'm playful, when I'm intelligent, when I'm teaching, like all aspects of your life. You're just going to really pay more attention to see who can take your energy as far as all pieces of you, all personalities, all colors, all shades. Like you're just really gonna see who can really handle all of you. So you may show all of you in fragments, maybe not all at once to somebody, but it's gonna all come out and you're gonna see, you know, kind of like it's looking back like, okay, they can handle me when I'm this and I'm that and that. Okay, this person can't. Okay, so you're really gonna be checking people and clocking people in that aspect. Cancer Rising. So Cancer Rising, Venus and Gemini is going to bring more social and communicative energy, to your relationship. So Cancer, normally you really don't like talking to certain people. You really kind of like to keep your thoughts to yourself or maybe filter what you say. So this time you're not going to filter. You're going to be a little bit more open. You're going to open up the door just a little bit more to allow people kind of in to know how your mind operates. So let's say, for example, Cancer, the things that you normally would keep to yourself, oh, you're just going to say it. You're just going to let it out. You're going to definitely let it out as far as how you feel about something right then and there. Some of you guys might already be open and blunt and honest like that, but sometimes Cancers pull back a little bit, but not in this case. You've probably been a lot more open to exchanging ideas with other people and just, you know, that way you can connect with them on a different level. So this looks like 5D conversations, like really tapping in, because if you can get someone to be very emotional with you and also, you know, you can learn from them too, and then they can learn from you. It's like bouncing back ideas, especially with business partners right now. So financial endeavors are going to be at an all-time high. This is a great energy for you guys to really come up with new innovative ideas on how to make money. You're going to be this is going to spark conversations with other people where you guys are going to come together creating something, and it's going to flow beautifully with your ideas and how they come together, because your brain can think differently than somebody else. And when you come together, though, it's going to be like this beautiful mold. So I really like that for you. Lots of versatile kind of an energy, because you're going to have like a curious approach. You're going to be like, what if we did this? Well, what if we added that? Or what if you're going to be doing all that, especially when it pertains to approaching your money. Leo Rising. So Leo Rising, with Venus and Gemini, you're going to feel a little bit more inclined to express yourself a little bit more in your relationships. Okay, so this is, you know, Leo, normally sometimes you like to be yourself and a go-getter and all those things, and you keep everything on lock, very private. So now you're going to be wanting to laugh a little bit, have a little bit of fun, tickle your partner, you know, you're going to do foreplay maybe before you engage, tantra, you know, you might want to just do those kinds of things, especially when it comes to partnerships. And also too, I feel like as far as your money goes, you're just going to be seeking out other ways and other varieties of how you can play something out. So let's say, for example, you have a clothing line, or, you know, you do candle magic, or you have candles, not candle magic. You have candles or something like that. Now it's like you're gonna like revamp some shit as far as your clothing. How can I come out with a different style of candles? How can I come out with a different kind of a wax? Like, you're gonna really be focused on those things. But I feel like you're gonna have more of a light-hearted approach to your money matters instead of being so serious. It's gonna be like, well, I wanna make this fun too if I'm gonna be making some money. So I like that for you, Leo. Because then it'll allow people to kind of engage or support you that you probably didn't think that would even support you. Okay. Virgo Rising. So Venus and Gemini is going to bring more social energy. You're going to be conversing more in your relationship. So what does this look like? You're going to also, you're going to tap into conversations that mean something to you, that have so much substance and value. You're going to be paying attention to the details. You might even take notes when you're talking to someone, either mental notes or physical notes. You're going to be very drawn or go back to those people where you connected with them on an intellectual wave. That way you can be motivated to do your endeavors and carry out the things that you got to do throughout the day, whether this has to do with relationships, whether this has to do with your money, your kids, finance, whatever it is for you. It's like you're really going to be drawn to those connections right now, okay? And the reason being for that is because it's kind of like this is a good energy for you, but it's going to be in a sense where it's like, yes, it goes with you, because Virgo, you like to tap into a lot of different things at all different times. So it's that air energy. Like you're just gonna be like, okay, yeah, we can do that. We can do this. Boom, 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 pow. When am I gonna see you? Let's hook up. Let's have fun. Let's do this. It's like, you're gonna feel kind of normal in a sense. It's like, yeah, everybody's kind of like catching up with me now. That's how you're gonna feel, Virgo Risings. You're gonna feel like, yes, like I can be stimulated too. I'm not just the one that wants to put in work and do everything on my own. Like everybody else wants to do it. Like you get an iPad, you get an iPad. Like everybody's on the same accord. It's gonna feel like for you. So you're really gonna appreciate that. But also too, I feel like you're gonna, instead of teaching so much, you're also going to be sitting back. You're going to have a nice balance with learning some things, like sitting back and listening and not always giving advice and always teaching. I feel like it's going to bring in a nice balance for you, because Gemini energy, this side and this side, right? So I like that for you. All right. Next we have Libra Rising. So Libra Rising. So Venus is your ruling planet. You can't go wrong right now. So, and Libras, you guys like to engage in conversation. You love to talk to people. So as you're working throughout your day, you're going to be la la la, like you're going to be talking and talking and talking, honey. You're going to be like, yeah, so what's your social? No, I'm just playing. Like you're going to be so detailed with your questions here. And also too, I feel like this is going to have a strong influence on the way that you converse with other people to get the things that you want, okay? Especially when it comes to money, especially when it comes to purchases and buying things, especially when it comes to like relationships, like how you dress, how you look. You're gonna be, more charming on like, do you like this on me? Or, I want to get my hair done. What do you think of this style? But I feel like you're going to get it done first, and then you're going to be looking for all the banter after. But I feel like, you're going to try and seek a variety from different people. I feel like you're going to be a little bit more open to listening. You're going to be a little bit more open to listening to, aka the opinions, I should say, because everyone has an opinion. But I feel like here, you're definitely going to find like a balanced way. Like I see Libra Risings, like just normally you guys are very indecisive. You're going to be able to make decisions. Why? Because you're going to feel like in a balanced energy, because you'll gain the information that you need, especially when it comes to investing in money. You're going to gain the information that you need. You're going to have all the tools right in front of your face, and you're also going to be having people tell you about it as well. So it's going to make it easier for you to make sound decisions right now and not be like, well, I'm not sure. You might gain a little bit of influence if you're not sure about yourself. You're going to be like, So if you're still in that energy, you might need to go back in the corner, do a little bit of shadow work, and really like zero in on what is it that you want, especially when it comes to relationships as well. That way they can be a little bit more harmonious for you. It's so good, Libras, when a Libra rising can come across as very confident in knowing what they want, where they want to go, and how they want to do it. So this is the great energy to be in for you right now. This is a good opportunity, I should say, for you. Scorpio Rising. So Scorpio Rising, Venus and Gemini, you're going to seek lots of intellectual conversations. Like you guys will probably be the ones that will be on the phone for hours if you can just find that one good person that you can talk to about everything under the damn sun, everything that's going on in the world. I don't care if this is an auntie, uncle, cousin, what's going on with some rapper on the news, you know, they talking about this and that in the world, what's going on in your community, like yourself, your dream, like all of it. Like you're just really going to be diving into those deep ass conversations, and that's really gonna get you wet. Okay, so your approach to money, I feel like if it's something that stimulates you, you're actually going to be able to take action. So for example, let's say you know, you're looking at new ways to invest money, right? Or to gain more money, like as far as opportunities. Now, if the opportunity presents itself and you dived into it and you're like, hey, this works out, this is perfect for me, what other perks are there? You're just gonna go in and actually literally take action because it's gonna stimulate you in such a way. So I feel like, and also too, you're gonna be researching, like you're gonna do your due diligence to research as well, because Venus is in Gemini. Gemini is all about research and intellect too. So that's gonna be good. So instead of just being curious and wondering and having ideas, you'll get all that and you'll actually put action to it. So it's gonna be really good for you, okay? So let's tap in, let's see, who do we have next? I know, we just did Scorpio. So Sagittarius Rising. So Venus and Gemini is gonna bring, this is gonna feel like home for you, because I feel like you already like talking to people, but I feel like now you're gonna be attracting people that's on your intellectual stand, you know, because Sagittarius, you can be very philosophical and know like history right off the back of your hand about certain places and people and things of that nature. So I feel like if you're in that energy, you're gonna be, it's gonna be brought to you. I feel like you're going to be engaging with those kind of people. It's going to feel like you're at home. It's going to feel easy. It's going to feel smooth. It's not going to feel like a hardship for you to have a conversation with someone. I feel like they're actually going to get it. Especially your partner. It's like you probably didn't know that your partner did like some research or something in the background, because they know you like to talk about X, Y, and Z, so they came prepared this time for some reason, right? Because of the energy. So it's like now when you talk to them, you're like, oh, and then that's gonna entice you, and then you're gonna sit back and be like, what are we doing later tonight? Like it's gonna turn you on to the point where you're like, okay. So I like that for you, Sagittarius. When it comes to your financial endeavors, I feel like you're gonna find a way where you can add in a little bit of fun and a little bit of travel to the way that you make money. So you might wanna change your career, be a flight attendant or something where it has to do with traveling, you know, vacations, or, you know, you can be a person that sells vacations, you know, selling trips, you know. You wanna add a little bit more fun into the way that you make money, you know, because you love to be adventurous and things of that nature. So you just want to try and dive into that a little bit more instead of like the serious 9 to 5. You're going to be trying to find ulterior ways to where you can be a little bit more playful while you make some money. Okay, honey. All right. Next we have, so I did Sag. Oh, okay. So Capricorn Rising. So Capricorn Rising, Venus and Gemini, you're going to feel a little bit more inclined to actually express yourself. This is great because Capricorns, you like to play in your head a little bit. You really don't like to converse what's on your mind. So we're moving away from the passive aggressive Capricorn, and Capricorn's going to put their foot down and say what they feel right in that instance. You're not going to say never mind. You're not going to say oh well. You're not going to say forget it. You're actually going to say it right then and there. This is how I feel. This is what I want. This is how I'm going to do. Like you're really going to be voicing your emotions. You're going to be voicing everything right then and there, just really upfront with it. You're not going to give a fuck about Tom, Dick, and Harry and what they think about it. You're really just going to say what's on your mind, which is really good. So this can actually allow you to be open to exchanging ideas with other people. It's like you're going to really be you know, oh, I got an idea, and I got another idea, and I got another idea. Like you're really going to be, especially when it comes to money matters, making money or helping others make money, or you gaining your own money, you're going to be able to really just kind of get out there. It's going to be like a comfort zone for you. It's going to feel a lot better, especially depending on what your Mercury sign is in, and if you're a Mercury sign where you have difficulty expressing yourself and things of that nature. So This is going to be good for you. This is going to actually give you that nice balance to be able to actually seek clarity in the words that you use or the way that you speak to someone, especially when it comes to your relationships. Okay, people are going to know exactly how you feel, and you're also going to be seeking tons of mental stimulation as well within the conversation. So once again, people with substance, especially when it comes to money making matters or business ideas or creative ideas, you're really gonna be, that's gonna really grind your gears and like give you that excitement, that motivation, that spark. Okay, and you're gonna really seek that, especially when it comes to your love life, and especially when it comes to like long-term goals. Like if you're planning certain things out, you want clarity now, because you're gonna start moving in a space where, you know, Capricorns are very methodical. So you're gonna start planning shit now, Capricorn risings. Like you guys are, like if you in your forecast you see, oh, I'm gonna be with this person or that person, or I'm gonna make money with them, or we're gonna be together, whatever it is, whether it's love or business, it's like you already have this vision, you already see it. So you want to gain the clarity now. Make sure this person is of substance, that way you're not wasting your time and energy. And so your approach to it, to those kind of matters is gonna like, that's how you're gonna be looking at it. Like, are they in it for the long haul, or it's just like a season and I'm just gonna learn something? Like, you're really gonna be looking at things like that. So this is the times to have those conversations, okay? To make sure people are on the same accord as you, right? Aquarius Rising. So Aquarius Rising, this is gonna bring a little bit more, this is going to really boost your social energy. So typically Aquarius Risings, it's kind of hard for you to socialize with other people, and this is why you're here, to really like socialize in groups and find, you know, I don't say like befriend everybody, but to find the right people for you, your soul group, you know, people you resonate with. So this is a good time for you to open up. This is a grand energy to be in for you guys, to gain those connections now while Venus is in Gemini, before it hits Cancer, okay? Because then you're gonna be closed off again. You're gonna be like, I'm gonna be in my own little box, be weird by myself. Like, no, like you guys need to start engaging. So you might have been opening yourself up to different ways of speaking, different ways of learning, different ways of retaining information, especially when it comes to other people. Like if you see people are on the up and up and they have some higher knowledge that you don't know about, oh, you're right there front and center. Like you're gonna wanna learn. You may not know how to take action, but your mind is just being you're being stimulated. Like it's hitting something within you to where you wanna be engaged in that. So this is really good for you, especially when it comes to your love life, and especially when it comes to making some money. So you're gonna be very adaptable. This is gonna progress you forward. And I feel like too, you might even initiate some things if people appear to make you feel comfortable, to where they don't see you as weird, or they don't see you as someone outside of the box. They're gonna see you within them. If you feel that energy, then you're really gonna initiate, you're gonna open up, and you're gonna try even harder. So I like this. So you're gonna be seeking lots of variety right now, okay? And last but not least, we do have our Pisces Risings, or Pisces Rising. Damn, Mercury is sipping the Kool-Aid, don't mind me. So you're gonna be inclined to express your emotions a little bit more and really communicate how you feel. So Pisces Risings might have a truth serum going on right now. You might be expressing people like, damn, you look good, or hey, so can we have dinner? You know, I've been staring at you for a couple weeks now. Like, you know what I mean? Like Pisces Risings, y'all gonna really be open. You're not gonna be living in la la land right now. You're really, instead of like keeping it all in your mind, you're gonna say what's on your mind, and you're gonna tell them right then and there. So I feel like also too, you're gonna be able to express yourself in a way that other people can understand you. You know, Pisces Risings, you guys have to bring information down and bring it here, and sometimes it's hard to correlate the two and find the words to say certain things of how you feel. No, you're not gonna be stuck. You're gonna have enough words. You're gonna utilize all different kinds of terminology. You know, speak in tongues and different languages right now. So this is a good time for you guys. But also too, you're gonna really seek that mental stimulation as well. That way you guys can engage in conversations where it's comfortable for you, so that you can be a little bit vulnerable, especially when it comes to your love matters. You're gonna be telling them like, you know, I really didn't like when you did that, but I love when you do this. So you guys are definitely going to, it's a great energy for you guys to be in, because instead of hiding and going towards vices and, you know, being an escape artist, you're definitely going to, you know, okay, let me poke the bear here and see where I can have mental stimulation from this person and that person. And it's going to be really good for you, because that could probably open the floodgates for you to be vulnerable as well with your partners and things of that nature too. And also you're going to have lots of creative ideas. You could be researching on how to broaden your imagination, but also bring it out here. And you're going to talk about it amongst other people, or maybe even to yourself, and then you're really going to take action as well. All right. So, let me see. I think that's it, guys. Thank you so much for staying tuned in, tapped in, and turned on. Comment down below your rising sign or what's been happening with you as far as Venus has been in Gemini. Please make sure you go ahead and check out all the other astro videos that I place for you guys, and also any readings that I do as far as the energy updates. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button, click the bell, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.